I can say you're the toughest coach I've ever had, by far, and anyone who's played for her knows that. But I'm so grateful. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way because you've taught us so much about life, not just volleyball, and like help us to grow like so much. And at the same time, like, there was never a dull moment with you as a coach, like not one. I'm trying to think of like a story to tell, and there's literally just so many that it's so hard to choose, but one that stuck out the most was probably we were taking a flight home from Denver, and I think we were like leaving our New Mexico tournament, and pretty long flight, but there was like a period of like huge turbulence, like plane was shaking, and then I remember I was sitting like not even close to Kathy, but like 6 rows ahead of her, and all you hear is, "Oh, we're going down!" Like say your prayers, you know, apologize whoever you need to, and then I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" And everyone on the plane was just like cracking up, like, "Who is this lady?" And that's just who you were, just hilarious, and it was never, ever, ever a dull moment.
Means the world to me to be a part of this with Kathy, because Kathy has done everything for me, and I will owe her everything the rest of my life and try and repay her with what she's taught me throughout the 4 years that I played at Santa Barbara. Kathy is such a special person, and I had always known about Santa Barbara volleyball because I grew up around Long Beach State, and I had never really met Kathy until I came up for my visit. And what's really special is Rick is here. Rick recruited me, actually. And Kathy, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm tired. We drove up last night. I had club practice. I was just like, doo -doo -doo, you know. And Kathy is in there just going full speed and comes up to me and is like, "Dana," doing approaches towards me. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what did I get myself into?" And 2 weeks later, I was like, "This is the place for me. This is the coach for me." And I would not be the young woman that I am today without Kathy. Volleyball, not being in the volleyball world anymore, you realize that it's not the end of the world, and yes, it played a huge part of me growing up, and a part that I will identify with for the rest of my life. But Kathy always shows you the big picture and things to concentrate on, and I am so thankful that I will have her in my life for forever, because she brings out the best in all of her players, and I hope that the current players now really appreciate that you guys are the last that Kathy will have, and the last that will really have that spirit that Kathy Gregory has input in UC Santa Barbara women's volleyball, and I know I have it, and I never forget it every day I wake up.
I took this job in 1975. I was 28 years old. I coached at Marymount High School, and I was actually up here playing the IBA, the San Diego Breakers, and there was 4 men and 2 women, and I was playing a playoff game, and the coach said to me, "Hey," there was another coach, even though like people say there was never another coach, there was. Chris Acanero was AIAW. And then she said to me, "Hey, do you want this job here at UCSB? They need a coach." And I went, "I don't know. I live in Santa Monica. I'm on the high school. I don't know if I want this job." And so I said, "Okay, I'll come up and interview for the job." And when they offered me the job, I said, "Well, college is a great situation, but you know, I've been so successful and happy wherever I was." But the funny part of the story is I came up in 1975 and I started the job, and the first thing they said to me was, "Here are your 10 classes." And I go, 10 classes? Wait, 10 classes? You're teaching 5 classes a quarter. I go, "Oh, you're kidding me. All right, okay, 5 classes, all right." And by the way, I go, "Well, where's the gym?" And then they pointed me to the gym, and there was Rob Gym. The event center wasn't even done. And then they showed me this old gym. And I said, "That's the gym? Oh, that is the gym." Hard for me to believe. And so it was interesting that I came and started, and I have to be honest with you, the first year was the hardest year of my life. I had to teach, I had no scholarships, I had nothing, and those years though taught me how to be so resilient and how to appreciate what I have. And so I worked very hard, but I have to be honest with you, after the first year I said, "I gotta go back to high school." I took a leave of absence. I gotta go back to high school. This is just too tough. And then again, how my karma has always been so good, they came up with a situation where I only had to teach half the classes. So I ended up staying and building a program. And you know what, I think people don't realize that not everything is given to you. And when you have to work for something, it means so much. I had to work to get this program, to have scholarships, to even make it better. So then we moved to Rob Gym, and that was nicer. And then we had the chance to go to the event center. So everything has been a process for me, but I really didn't think that I would be coaching for 38 years, you know what I mean? So I look at myself and say how blessed and how lucky I am to be able to do something, not kill yourself, not want to hate it, not want to walk away, you know. And so I'm the lucky one. So everyone that's sitting here today realize that I've got something special, and so I don't have any regrets of anything. The most important part of this job I want people to realize is that the students and the fact that you have to impact their life. And I go, and you're right, I'm not the easiest coach, and I would be the first to say it, but you know what, I'm just going to say it again. Life is not easy. Life is very demanding. The challenges that all of us have faced and are going to face are what real competitors are about. A game is a game you love and you play and you walk away. Life is what you live every day. Are you going to be strong enough to take what life gives you? And it gives some people a lot of tough situations. I have to say myself, I've been unbelievable. I got the health of no one, all right? I'm going to live forever, ever. I am saying I am blessed, and there is nothing that I can't do. So I just want to say to you that this is a good moment. I have ended one chapter in my life, but I'll tell you what, I got a lot of book in me, and I've got a lot of things that I plan to do because, you know what? Happiness is a choice. And I choose to be happy every day. But before I go, I want to say one thing. Everyone asks you, how do you want to be remembered? All right, and now I want to tell you how I want to be remembered. Okay, I want to tell you. Number one, I want to be remembered that commitment and always giving 100% of myself to this job and this program for 38 years. That's what one. Two, 100% graduation rate of any woman that played for me for 4 years. Three, I've lived my life filled with gratitude and appreciation for all the opportunities that I've had in my life. And I've tried to instill that attitude in all of my players. And four, I walk away with the same competitive fire and energy that I had when I started this in 1975. So celebrate it.